Welcome. I am so excited to share this practice with you. This is something that I learned at my favorite yoga studio a few years ago now. It was a substitute teacher that I only had once. I think he had an acupuncture background, and I cannot remember his name, but thank you, sir, for this practice. And to do this, all you need to do is be sitting down on the ground. I recommend a hard surface so that it's important that you're not moving around as you do the practice. You will need access to your feet. And this will take all of 5 to 7 minutes, maybe 10, because I tend to talk a lot. Come to a comfortable seat. And because we will not be here very long, I recommend to get the most out of this experience to be sitting on the hard ground. Being outside doesn't really work as well because you're going to want to have some landmarks that you find on your ceiling. And I invite you first to just ground in for a moment, check around your space, feel your pelvis, your foundation on the earth beneath you. Maybe take a breath. And from where you're sitting, I invite you to simply look up at the ceiling without moving your body. You don't have to move your body side to side or try to throw yourself back. It's just from head straight to head up, looking at the ceiling. And I'm going to turn so you can see me do it from the other direction. Sitting still, head up. When you look at the ceiling, notice a spot on the ceiling if you can. Maybe look while you're looking upward. Notice what you can see out of the corner of your eye to kind of gauge where your head is at. And this may make more sense. This will make more sense as we move through it. You'll probably want to come back tomorrow or the next day to try it again, or you can show your friends this trick at parties and things like that. Okay. Once you have established where on the ceiling you are able to see and to look, without moving where your pelvis is, keep your pelvis in the same spot so that at the end of this practice, you're going to look at the ceiling again, and I want you to be underneath the same place. Without moving your pelvis, take one of your feet. And your body will determine how it is best for you to do that. Does not have to look like me. Just get hold of one of your feet. Maybe bringing it up into your lap if you have that mobility. If you need to bend your leg this way, you can get creative here. You can be leaning forward. It's just most important that you don't move your pelvis so that you're in the same spot. And I invite you to give yourself a foot massage. Initially, just intuitively massaging your foot. You cannot do this wrong. Does it feel good? That's all that matters. Move into your ankle, to your heel. Don't forget that space. Move down towards your toes. And I like to stick my fingers between my toes to kind of stretch them out. You can also make some movements with your whole foot this way. Both directions. slow it down. It doesn't have to be fast. And I really like to get hold of my foot and like really squeeze and bring some mobility to it. I have some old foot injuries that always love this attention. And if you really have a thing about feet, then you could wear socks and slowly begin to cultivate a relationship with your feet, because they are powerful spaces in our body that support us through the world. Okay, when you feel complete without moving your pelvis, switch feet. Same thing on this side. Gentle massage, maybe with your thumbs. Don't forget your heel. Fingers between your toes, move in some circles. And if you can't get your fingers between your toes, that's okay. You can still grab your toes and make circles with them. Little pops and cracks is natural. Okay, when you feel complete here, you can pause, come back to your comfortable seat, checking in with your pelvis, rooted on the earth, and look up at the ceiling. I will turn so that you can see. Now, you may have noticed quite a big difference in your range of motion through that exercise. That is the wisdom of fascia. You released this space. You experienced more mobility in this space. Magic, but just body wisdom. I invite you to reflect on this. If you didn't quite feel it or didn't quite understand the process, now that you know where we were going with that, I welcome you to try this again. Again, it can be a great party trick. Share it with your clients and your friends and your family to exemplify the wisdom and power of fascia. And this is so important because we are attuned to looking at spaces in the body that hurt, and we give those attention. We treat the symptoms. We focus on only the space that has an issue, right? But this highlights how working with another space, a completely different space in the body, all the way at the other end, can immediately produce shifts. And that is why integrative pelvic care is a full body experience and works so much with fascia. Thank you for taking the time, for being here. I look forward to hearing how this went for you. Sending you love, and I'll see you next time. Bye.